Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. My name is Anastasia Battle. I run the International Peace Coalition. I co-founded that. We have an organization called Humanity for Peace. And the idea of that organization was to bring people together above their ideologies, above their differences, and say, how do we create real peace in the world? This is just not an acceptable idea that people are dying over, quite frankly, ridiculous reasons. People are using religion to make excuses for evil being done. And I don't know about you, but I don't believe in a God that thinks that other human beings are worth more than other human beings. I don't think that that's a just God. I believe that all human beings are founded in the creator of God. We are founded in that light, and that we have that ability, that creative ability to understand the universe and to use that to recruit other people towards being better and good. And that's why we're holding this emergency summit, this emergency conference today for peace in Gaza. This is an interfaith meeting. We have people of many different faiths who have joined us today. So I'm very happy to have you all here with us. And this will be the beginning of many other events that we're going to be holding. And I mean, what an honor it is to be in New Bethel Baptist Church. I don't know if you all know the history of this church, but this is where Martin Luther King spoke. This is where he was stationed during the civil rights movement. And I was just down in the basement. I don't think you guys will be able to go down there, but I was going down in the basement, and you could recognize some of the pictures that were taken from the meetings that were done here. And it's absolutely amazing. So I just want to thank Pastor Robert Smith for offering this beautiful historic church for us today. That is very important that this happened, that this is happening right now, and we're bringing these communities together. I think it's also important to look at this concept of nonviolence, right? Because many people look at what's happening and they get frustrated. They either get angry and they want to yell and be upset and lash out at somebody, which I understand. But that is not what's going to create the change that we actually want to see in the world. The civil rights movement was never meant to end with Black liberation. It was the beginning. It was meant to be the liberation of all people. So you look at what's happening to our brothers and sisters in Palestine, over 30,000 people who have died. I mean, I can't even, there's probably so many more that are being killed right now that we don't even know at this point. Mostly women and children, innocent people. And we have to do something more. We have to inspire within the people that we talk to and recruit them out of being evil. Recruit them out of thinking, well, it's not happening to me, so why should I care? Well, it is happening to you. You just don't know it. Isn't it the case that if you keep accepting evil, that then the world is run by evil? If nobody stands up to fight against evil, who's going to do it? So nonviolent direct action, this is an action of love. This is not something where it's just saying, I'm passive, I'm just going to accept what's happening to me. It's saying, I'm going to have the courage to tell you the truth, to tell you what's really going on, and enough love and compassion for you to believe that you have the ability to change. So we have a number of speakers here today who do just that, who do that in their communities. We have a number of speakers today who do that by doing interventions, by standing up at public events and going through why What's happening is a genocide. Why what's happening right now needs to change. Why the United States cannot accept continuing to do this. So I think you're going to be very happy with the number of the speakers. I'm very honored to be on this stage with all of you today. Thank you so much for joining us. Can we just give them all a round of applause? Thank you for standing up with us. So beautiful. And the last thing I want to close with is maybe people have read this, maybe they haven't, but there's a beautiful book that Dr. Martin Luther King wrote called Stride Toward Freedom. And in that book, he has a chapter called Pilgrimage to Nonviolence. And I just want to read you these principles because I think this will help answer some of these questions of the frustration that we're feeling right now, and to have a dialogue process amongst us here to figure out and coordinate ourselves such that we can make the actions necessary right now for the change in the United States. We have to create the United States that actually we can trust. That's really what we're set out here to do today. So let me read you these principles. So the first principle is nonviolence is a way of life for courageous people. It is active, nonviolent resistance to evil. It is aggressive spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. 2, nonviolence seeks to win friendship and understanding. The result of nonviolence is redemption and reconciliation. The purpose of nonviolence is the creation of the beloved community. 3, nonviolence seeks to defeat injustices, not people. Nonviolence recognizes that evildoers are also victims and are not evil people. The nonviolent register seeks to defeat evil, not people. 4, nonviolence holds that suffering can educate and transform. Nonviolence accepts suffering without retaliation. Unearned suffering is redemptive and has tremendous educational and transforming possibilities. 5, nonviolence chooses love, agapic love. And King actually goes very extensively in this essay of what that means from 1 Corinthians 13, of the love of your brother, the love of your neighbor, the love of all of mankind. It chooses agapic love instead of hate. Nonviolence resists violence of the spirit as well as the body. Nonviolent love is spontaneous, unmotivated, unselfish, and creative. 6, nonviolence believes that the universe is on the side of justice. The nonviolent resistor has deep faith that justice will eventually win. Nonviolence believes that God is a just God. So I want you to think about those principles, because this is still resonating in the United States. These ideas are still resonating, and we can pull that together, combine that with what we're seeing with our families, our friends in Dearborn, what we're seeing all across Michigan. I'm so proud of everyone for these votes, the 101,000 votes. Thank you. I'm sure all of you in here did that. So thank you so much for doing that, of this undecided vote, and just saying we are not going to accept evil. We're going to vote for Trump. We're going to vote for Biden. We're going to vote for RFK Jr. We're going to vote. Why accept evil? Why accept an evil? Why not send a message and demand what's necessary? That is creative, nonviolent, direct action. And I'm so proud of everybody for doing that. We can do so much more like that. We can coordinate ourselves. We can combine our activities and make these true peace, not just for Gaza. This is the most vital one at the moment, but not just for Gaza, but for all people. So I want to thank you all for joining us today. We're going to get started.